is Jane. Thank you for practicing with me. This is not so much a yoga practice, but more, some Pilates style core work. And it's just a short practice, and you can integrate this at any time in the day, or do this in the series of the creating your own morning practice that I have been putting together. So enjoy. Let's go straight into it. So coming to lie on your back, and just for a moment, bring the feet a little bit wider. And let the knees drop into each other. Maybe you bring your hands onto your belly. You can also have your arms just relaxing next to the body. So see what works for you. And then just take a moment here to feel yourself really heavy on the floor. Feeling the support of the earth and just letting the body become really soft and relaxed and heavy. Just breathing here, connecting to your breath. The breath is such a powerful tool, and the breath is really helps us, especially when we're doing strengthening work also. The way we breathe, and especially that we keep the breath flowing, is so important. So take this moment to just connect to yourself, to your breath. Surrendering the whole body, and also feeling like, is there any tension in the face? Can you really relax the face? With the eyes closed here, do you really squeeze the eyes, or are they just softly touching the eyelids? So just noticing for a moment that the whole body is relaxed before we start to engage for our core work. Taking one more breath cycle. And slowly blinking open the eyes. And then just placing the feet maybe a little bit closer together, not super wide, but still quite wide. And then just let the knees drop from one side to the other. Just a few of these to open a little bit into the hips. You might feel this also in the lower back and along the spine. And bringing the knees back up. And then bring your hands under the arch of the lower back. So you're basically giving yourself some support there. Now keep the left knee bend and straighten out the right leg. The right heel is on the floor. And now as you inhale, lift your chest, your head, and your right leg up. You can exhale here. Inhale again. Exhale. Inhale. And then slowly releasing the leg back down and the head back down. Let's do this again. Inhaling. Lifting up the chest. The back of the head lifts away from the floor. Right leg lifts. Take some breaths here. Inhaling one more time. And then exhale, lower down. And so you don't have to bring your chest and your head too far up. It's not like a super big crunch. You should feel really that engagement in the core as you just lift it up slightly. Next inhale, slowly lifting up back of the head, shoulders up a little bit, leg up, breathe. Another inhale breath, and then lower down. Placing the right foot back on the floor, knee is bent, and now extending the left leg. Next inhale breath, left leg rises, and the shoulder blades and the back of the head lift away from the floor. Stay with the breath. Nice full breaths in and out. Taking one more inhale, and slowly lowering down. Inhaling again, lifting up the leg, lifting up the chest and the back of the head away from the floor. Deep breaths. Deep inhale and slowly down. Next inhalation again, coming up. And feel how that lower back presses into the hands that are in that curve. You can even press a little bit more into it. Maybe that makes the core even more engaged. Another deep breath in and slowly down. So this is really a nice way to strengthen the core without sort of creating more sensitivity in the lower back, especially if you have lower back pains or sensitivity there. So we're going to go into a next exercise, but if your lower back is sensitive, I suggest that you stay with the exercise that we just did. So that's up to you to decide. If you want to go for the next exercise, you're going to bring your knees in a 90-degree angle and make sure that the knees are right above the hips, so they don't come too much into the chest or too far out. So you keep them straight above the hips. Pull everything in towards the floor. So you're really pressing down towards the floor with all the vertebrae. And maybe this is enough. Maybe you stay here. Arms can be just next to the body. Now you probably already feel really that engagement in the lower part of the core. And then you can bring your arms up towards the sky. You can press your shoulder blades down into the floor. Really engaging as you press all the vertebrae down. And again, maybe this is enough. Maybe you stay here. If you want to go further and you want to take the movement with me, then on your next inhale, you're going to extend the right leg and the left arm away from each other. Keep pressing vertebrae into the floor and notice that the bent knee stays straight above the hip. As you exhale, you come back to the starting position. Inhale now, left leg, right arm away from each other. And exhale back into the starting position. Now on your own breath, make it slow. Inhaling, right leg, left arm. Exhale back. And inhale, left leg, right arm. So opposite arm and leg, moving slowly on your own breath. And all the time, keep pressing the vertebrae into the mat and keep the bent knee above the hip. If you notice any sensitivity in the lower back, then just go back to the exercise we did before with the hands under the curve in the lower back. Inhaling, extending one leg, one arm towards the back. Exhaling back to the starting position. Inhale, other leg, other arm. Exhale back to starting. Are you still pressing those vertebrae into the mat? Will you keep your bent knee above the hip? There's so much to think about here, but it all works together to create this more stronger core. Let's do one more round, each leg one time. And then just place your hands on your knees, bring your knees wide, arms are straight. You just let the knees hang into the hands. So you let your legs basically just relax into the hands. Breathe in towards the belly, releasing any tension, any residue. We don't want any tension to sort of store inside the body, so let it go by breathing into it and releasing it. Okay, and then we'll go for another exercise. So bringing the legs back together. If you don't feel comfortable bringing the legs up in this way, you can always also keep the knees bent, like what we did with the previous exercise. But if possible for you, just bring the legs up and start to press the toe mounds together. The arms can be just relaxed next to the body, either hand palms down or hand palms up, whatever feels okay for you. Try not to bring too much pressure into shoulders, into the arms and the hands. Not too much engagement. So we're slowly pressing the toe mounds together. That really engages the leg muscles. And now on the next breath in, you're slowly going to scoop up your tailbone. So it's a small movement, but you should feel this in your core. As you exhale, you slowly come back down. You relax the tissues of your body, but you keep pressing toe mounds together. As you inhale, scoop the tailbone up. As you exhale, slowly lower down. As you can see, this is really a small movement. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower. Now avoid any tension in shoulders, in neck, in face. Try to keep it soft. Inhale, lift up. Keep pressing toe mounds together. And then on the exhale, slowly lowering the pelvis, the tailbone down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, lower. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale, lower. And then just hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe you want to just place the feet on the floor for a moment. Take a deep breath into the belly. Maybe you sigh it out through the mouth, releasing any tension. And then we'll bring the legs back up again. So we're going to do it a little bit different now. Interlacing your fingers behind your head. Now keep pressing those toe mounds together. Feel the engagement in the legs. As you inhale, you're going to lift up the tailbone again. As you exhale, lift up the chest. As you inhale, lift, lift, lift everything a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up the legs. Exhale, lift up the chest. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And exhale, slowly releasing down. Inhale, lift up legs. tailbone up. Exhale, chest up. And keep resting the head into the hands to avoid any pain in the neck. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, lift up, tailbone. Exhale, lift up, chest. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up the legs. Exhale, lift up the chest. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And exhale, lower down. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift up legs. Exhale, lift up chest. Inhale, intend everything up a little bit higher. And then exhale, lower. Take a deep breath in and out here. You can keep the legs up. You're welcome to also just bring them down for a moment. Just another deep breath cycle. And then we'll add on to this. So on your next inhale breath, lift up the tailbone, lift up the legs. Exhale, lift up the chest. Now on your next inhale, lift up a little bit higher, and then on your exhale, lower the right leg to hover. The tailbone will come down. Inhale, lift up, press the toe mounds together, and lift up a little bit more with the chest as well. Exhale, slowly, left leg lowers to hover. Inhale, lift up, press toe mounds, press everything up. And then exhale, right leg comes down. Inhale, lift up everything. And exhale, left leg hovers down. Inhale, lift up everything. Exhale, lower right. Inhale, lift up everything. Exhale, lower left leg. Inhale, lift up everything. Exhale, lower right. Inhale, lift up everything. Exhale, lower left. Let's do one more round with both legs. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, the right leg lowers. Inhale, lift up everything. And exhale, left leg lowers. And then inhale, lift up everything. Lift, lift, lift. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, relax. Phew. And then you can bring your hands again over the knees. And just let the knees and the legs hang into the hands. That should feel nice for the groin, for the hip flexors. That we're working hard just now as well. Deep breath in and out. And then bringing the knees back together. And then make your way into a seat. And you can do this by rocking a little bit back and forth a few times. Or you just roll onto your side. And then you press yourself back up into a seat. Coming into a tabletop position. And then from your tabletop, tucking toes under and bringing yourself into your downward facing dog. Pressing into all the corners of the hands. Deep breath in and out. And then as you inhale, come forward into a high push-up plank. And as you exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into your plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling into a plank. Exhale, down dog. And then slowly bring the knees to the floor. Toes stay tucked under. Really start to press into your hands. Start to sort of press into the toes. Engage the core and slowly you hover both knees off the floor. Pressing hands a little bit forward, as if you want to slide them forward. Pressing sitting bones towards the back. Breathe here. Let the core work. You probably also feel this in your legs. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lowering the knees down. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly bring yourself back into that downward facing dog. And inhaling, coming forward into a high push-up plank. And then slowly lowering the right forearm to the floor and then the left forearm to the floor. So we're going to take some side planks here. So try to keep the torso in one line. So from shoulders to hips, keep it in one line so that as you're twisting from one side to the other, that you don't sort of bring a deep twist into the spine, because that might hurt your lower back. So slowly on your next in-breath, roll onto the side of the feet and coming onto your right arm. I'm showing it with the left arm, but you can come onto your right arm and you bring your left arm up. Breathe here for 3, 2, and 1. And then you're slowly keeping this straight line back to your plank, your low plank. And then we're going to go the other side. Slowly turning open onto that left arm, looking towards the right, opening the right arm up. Breathing 3, 2, 1. And we're slowly back to the middle. And so you're really keeping that core engaged, not to bring too much of a twist as you go from one side to the other. Let's do the right side one more time. Coming onto the right side and rolling onto the edges of the feet. And as you can see, one foot is in front of the other. Breathe here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to your plank. A breath cycle here. And then coming to that side plank. On the left, press the hips up. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly back to your plank. And then you can slowly release down. And then just rolling onto your back. Maybe you feel like hugging the knees into your chest for a moment. Maybe you feel like extending the body out long, giving the core a nice stretch. And then just coming to lie into Shavasana. Maybe it's just 5 breaths. Maybe it's 10 breaths. Maybe you can stay longer. Whatever feels good for you, however much time you have. It's always good to take a little rest after your practice. So please stay here as long as you like. And when it's time for you to go back into your day and get out of Shavasana, just gently and slowly. And I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.